MP3 players. So recently there is a trend going on, many people actually buying MP3s and listening music, and mostly they are buying iPod because they provide very good music experience. But in my case, I like Sony much more than iPod. So here I have three of them actually. So one of them from a Chinese company and two of them Sony, and I did have an iPod Nano 4, and I did make a post about it where I was trying to change the battery, and I killed that device. Actually, I do have the parts of that. Let me check in my boxes. So here are the broken parts here. So I could not able to fix that, and I killed the device. And here is the battery, as you can see. Maybe later on if I find some spare parts I will fix that. So now I can't do anything. And I did buy this device, these three of them actually, about maybe more than $25. So I bought this device for around, shipping with shipping is about $5, and I bought it as a dead device. So according to the seller, the battery is dead, but it has another issue. So now it's okay because I have fixed it already. So as you can see, this is called Victure M3 player, and I don't really like this device that much, and I just bought it to uh, just to experience. So this device has 16 gig of internal storage, and one thing which this device don't have is that it comes with Bluetooth. And very annoying part of this device actually, this device has touch buttons. As you can see, these are touch buttons, and it does have like two buttons here to increase the volume and decrease volume, and the power button is here. And one other things I do like about this device, it has a micro USB jack, which is not proprietary like a Sony, so you can find this anywhere. So the problem with this device when I got is that it was shorted and it was heating up, just not charging the battery. So I did disassemble this device and remove the short, and I had to remove few capacitor, and eventually I found the right one, and I had to put back those capacitor back, the good one. And it was quite tedious job because I don't have proper equipment here. I have only soldering machine, and I don't even have any magnifying glass, so it was quite difficult to do, and I just have multimeter and a soldering machine here. So it was quite difficult, but eventually I was able to fix the device and it is working. And one other thing about this device, that this device don't have any speaker here, and it has a speaker, and I did change the speaker of this device with Nokia speaker. Still the sound is tiny. Let me play a music from here, although I don't really know how long I can play the music. The battery is holding very good here actually. So we have a, maybe you can hear the sound also. Okay, so you can hear, although I have changed the speaker, still the sound is very tiny. Maybe the device can't provide actually enough power to the speaker, that's why. But one thing about this device is that the headphone 3.5 mm jack quality is really good. So as an MP3 player, for me I got it for $5. It's, for me it's quite good price. And also you can put a micro SD card. It got 16 gig of storage, as you can see here, 16 gig, and even it has a micro SD card slot. And I did put a 64 gigabytes SD card here, and funny enough, it does support 64 gig of SD card. So let me show you. I don't have anything in my 64 gig storage though. Just to try, I did put that. So if I go here, folder, pen, as you can see, local folder and SD card folder, so both of them in here. And if I go to setting, this is quite difficult to do actually. The buttons, I hate this kind of buttons, but still I bought it. Okay, so if I go to system information, I go to memory. So if I SD card, so it's please close music player. Okay, we have to close the music player first to access the SD card. Okay, if I do this, maybe it will close. Okay, now let's check. Now it should system information, memory, SD card. I don't know how to close that what it called, what is the playing the music player. I don't know how to close that, but as you can see, the device just not showing the storage. Actually it shows. So if I check internal storage, it is, yeah, as you can see, the 13 gig of storage is left here, but the SD card is not showing for some reason. So maybe I have to close the player, and if I turn it off and on, maybe it will show that. So let's try it. Maybe I don't need to do that, so let me show you. So here is the memory card. As you can see, it is a 64 gig SD card, and it is working here. Maybe 128 gig of storage also will work. Let me put it in my 128 gig storage. So I have a SanDisk 120 gig storage here. Let's try this. Okay, I don't have anything here actually. I have few photos maybe. Oh, let me find it again. Okay, okay, let's check it detected the SD card or not. Yeah, we do have a local folder here. So if I go to card folder, as you can see, it can actually detect 120 gig of storage too. So let me show. I will not show you photos actually. It has some photos here because I use this card in my camera. So as you can see, camera folders, and they are showing no file because there is no file here. Maybe in the photo section there will be files, but as you can see, it can detect actually 120 gig of storage. Quite nice actually. So it is also very light, and the battery also hold a lot of power. Just one annoying thing about this device is that it doesn't have like physical buttons, which I like. So, and the Bluetooth also works just fine, but the quality is not really good that much. Like the 3.5 mm jack is really good here. So as you can see, BT speaker, JBL Go is my speaker here. So it does work. So here I have two of the Sony player here. You can check the model number. So one of them is NW-S756. This one is 32 gig of storage device, and it was like $10. And this one is NW-S715F, and this is a 2 gig device, and it was around $5 actually. So both of them works just fine, and I like the 32 gig one because the so this device actually released in 2008 maybe, and this one is 2010. So one problem with this device, actually putting music on this device is really tough. So you have to use like Sonic Stage, their proprietary software to put music, and I do have some few musics here, and as you can see here, and this one is actually Japanese model. This one too Japanese model, but there is a trick you can apply with this device, and you can change it to like convert it to English, but this device you can't do that. And this device has actually very nice display rather than this one. So this one has a display, but it is not really sharp, but these displays are actually really good. And this one has a 32 gig of storage, but you can't put any SD card here, and it has a proprietary charging jack or data syncing port here, and it does support 3.5 mm jack, and the music quality actually is really good. I did try iPod Nano 4. It is much better than that. Even from my phone actually, I don't really use my phone to listen music most of the time. And this device has some features called noise cancelling feature. As you can see, it has a dedicated button here, this device, but not really useful that much. I don't see any difference using this thing. This one also has same features, and all these devices has like same kind of things, but they don't have any kind of physical speaker here. Just you can listen this actually using your 3.5 mm jack, and also they have like dedicated button to volume up down, which is missing in like iPod, or the iPod which come iPod Nano and other things, which has a circular button and other things, not iPod Touch. So I don't really like iPod Touch much actually, but this device I like a lot. And I do have a earphone, so I use my Sony earphone here, which I have been using for maybe 8 years now. So this earphone I have been using for 8 years, and it is a stereo supported Sony what it called earphone. So I did change driver of this earphones from AirPod 1. So the driver here from actually AirPod 1, and because the original one actually for cracking, and I just got an AirPod which is actually not working, and I just put the driver from there to this enclosure, and this actually working just fine for me. And I do really love like listening music from my Sony and other players. Mostly I use these Sony players because it's very lightweight and it holds power for very long time from these two. And also putting music on this player is really easy, just you have to drag and drop. But this device, it's really difficult to use actually. And I have tried to put music on this device, and I did put few musics here, maybe 2 or 3, not much here. So okay, how many of them? There are not many actually, maybe 10 of them, because actually this is proprietary software. If you put some music, it doesn't work, and you have to reformat the drive, and you have to put again, and it is really tedious job, and I could not able to fill up the storage. Most of the time I fail to, like after 3 or 4 music I transfer and it fail, and it doesn't transfer any more music. Then I have to format the drive and put the music. But the device is really good actually. The buttons are really clicky, and you can feel that there is a hold switch too, and even in the back there is a reset button. If anything happens, you can reset the device. I really like the device, but it is really hard to use. Like putting music is very difficult, and also the menu you can't change actually. But it does have FM radio. The FM radio does work, and everything works just fine. If you go here, let me show you the information of this device, maybe here. So I think you can see NW-S715F, and it is a 2 gig model. And if I show you this one, show organizer, like back, common setting and unit information, as you can see here, it is an 32 gig model, and I have that like 464 music here, and this one has like 11 musics only. So I do really like this kind of devices. I don't know how many people are using MP3 players nowadays, but I do really like to use MP3 players. Even still I carry these devices. So that's it all about MP3 players. Maybe if you have one of these, if you're using, you can share your experience here, the music quality and other things. I think the MP3 players has much better quality than the usual phone. Maybe this one has like not really good quality output, but this too has actually really good output from the 3.5mm jack. And I hope I will buy few more of these players, although I don't really use this device much, but only one of them. So, and I will try to collect few more. Like I'm trying to get one Microsoft Zune, but still I'm not getting it. Last time I saw one of them, but I could not able to buy, so I will try to get one of those two. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.